Perhaps you have heard about the Americans' AGM 84HK Standoff Land Attack Missile Extended Response Jet. Or perhaps you have also heard about the Americans' F-35 jet or the Russians' Sukhoi Su-35s and the Su-57s. We say that these are modern weapons that are precision guided and they are very decisive when they are on the battlefield. We say that as people learn to build and to master these kind of weapons, people are also weaponizing human beings. They make weapons out of humans, and by them they wage either political wars or they use them for political battles or religious battles, or they commercialize them and make financial fortunes out of them by using realities and truth that is taken out of context plus deceit and lies. They are able to create lethal weapons out of human beings. We say today the black community in America is a threat, or is one of the threats to Americans' stability today. Most of the people in the black communities live a life that is very flawed and most of the time irresponsible. Some of them are into drugs, some are into violent crimes, some are into gangs and even murder. And the Democrat political party with some organizations like Black Lives Matter movement, instead of them empowering the black community so that they can come out of their flaws and live a life that is worth celebrating, they actually empower them to go ahead looting, burning down government buildings and statues. Sometimes they vilify police officials and even to the point of shooting some of them. We say that they create this segregation or this tension so that out of them they can make political gains out of this. So we say that with the Democrats, most of the time their political fortune is dependent on such things. And when we take some movement like the Black Lives Matter movement, we say that their business depends on some of these things. So we say that as long as these things exist, we say that they are in business and they make fortunes or financial fortunes out of this. When we come to Ghana, Center for Global Policy and Security have also made some serious observations. The National Democratic Congress have successfully weaponized some elements within the voter region, and as well some of their supporters who most of the time believe whatever they say. The recent secessionist attack that we witnessed in the voter region point to how effective how the NDC's weaponization have been. We say that they have created the right mindsets within the minds of some elements, and for that matter they've made them battle ready, which they can use for any battle, either directly confronting security officials or engaging in violent protest. The NDC have successfully forced suppression upon the people, or they have successfully forced suppression on some people in the voter region. So some people within the voter region actually believe that they are under suppression in Ghana. Forcing suppression on people is one of the key ingredients that are found in weaponizing people. We said that we saw what happened during the just ended registration when the NDC could not move their people across boundaries and borders as part of their tactics. We saw how they quickly changed the narrative, saying that the government is actually preventing the people in the voter region from registration or from registering. We say this narrative was meant to generate emotional response rather than logical response, so that it will create certain mindset within the people, so that the people will think that the government hates them, but we love you, so stand and fight for us. And when you stand and you fight for us, when we come, you will have your freedom. We said that it is not only this, but when you look at some supporters of the NDC, they've successfully positioned them to think that all institutions in Ghana, from the police to the military to Peace Council to Electoral Commission to the Electoral Commission chair, all these institutions, together with other relevant institutions, are all working against them. So their supporters need to fight for themselves, and they need to fight for their party and for their candidate. We say that all these are calculated tactics meant to create certain mindset or to create certain atmosphere for their people to respond violently when they are called upon. We say that weaponized people are people who later turn out to be more revengeful, they become more hateful, they become very irresponsible and very undisciplined, and they turn out becoming more violent and more poor. We say that no people or no group of persons that have been weaponized have never turned out to become relevant in national development. So we say that this is a strong case that needs to be addressed. I am Emmanuel Mensah for Center for Global Policy and Security. Thank you.